Right now, there are about 2.2 million job postings online, and zero of them, like absolutely zero, will ever result in an actual hire.
Yeah, it's just a completely staggering number to try and wrap your head around. I mean,
Mm.
we are looking at a market flooded with millions of these digital artifacts.
Welcome to another episode of the Control Alt Society podcast. Today, we're welcoming you to a brand new deep dive. We are navigating the completely maddening, totally opaque world of the 2026 job market.
Right, because these listings, they look real. They sound real. They demand these highly tailored resumes, but, there's absolutely no intention of ever providing a paycheck to anyone.
Exactly. And if you've been, say, sending out 50 custom resumes a week and hearing just total silence, I want you to know right up front, it is not a reflection of your skills. You are quite literally fighting an algorithmic ghost.
Which is why we're pulling data today from Mint Career, the Economic Times, ZDNet, Fast Company, Reddit's Recruiting Hell, Staffing by Starboard, and this really fascinating academic paper by Hunter Eng.
Yeah, and use deep learning to analyze Glassdoor reviews, which we'll get into. But first, we need to do a complete system reset on how you view the economy. That 2.2 million number I mentioned, that is our system reset.
Right.
The standard economic metric of having high job openings is, well, it's no longer a reality. It's now just a computationally generated depiction of market health.
That word, depiction, is so key here because technology has basically severed the connection between applying for a job and, actually getting one.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because to understand why millions of jobs sit empty, we have to look at the user experience of applying to them. And it has suffered a catastrophic product failure.
A product failure, how do you mean?
Well, if I put on my product manager hat for a second, what we're really witnessing is a return on attention crash, an ROA crash.
Oh, like return on investment, but for your time.
Exactly. Because platforms like LinkedIn, indeed, they've made applying computationally frictionless, with the easy apply buttons, or people using AI bots to submit thousands of applications while they sleep.
The friction is just gone.
It's totally gone. And because applying is so frictionless now, the actual influence you have over the outcome has been depictions mapped to zero. You have no leverage.
Yeah, and the data from Mint Career and ZDNet really validates that grim reality. I mean, they show that between 18 and 27% of online listings right now are literally ghost jobs.
Wow. Up to 27%.
Yeah. And worse, Reddit users and ZDNet are reporting that these fake listings are actually harvesting sensitive data.
Wait, like what kind of data?
Things like references, phone numbers, sometimes even social security numbers under the guise of an early background check. And it leads directly to targeted phishing scams.
See, but I want to push back slightly here. Is every single open job a malicious scam? Because some industries just have crazy high turnover, right?
Absolutely. And Staffing by Starboard makes a really crucial distinction there. Not all open jobs are malicious. You have what are called evergreen postings.
Evergreen postings. So those are what? Always up.
Right. In high turnover industries like warehousing, which has an annual turnover rate of around 37%, those postings are legitimate pipeline builders. The company knows they will need people soon, even if they aren't hiring today.
Okay, that makes sense.
But ghost jobs, on the other hand, are purely deceptive. There is zero intent to hire.
Right. But it's like, okay, think of it like a dating app where 40% of the profiles are bots. But instead of just breaking your heart, they steal your identity and destroy your professional confidence.
That's a painfully accurate analogy.
I don't get how platforms justify keeping these zombie listings up. Why don't they take them down?
Well, what's fascinating here is the platform dynamics at play. Job boards actually reward frequent posters with better search placement.
Really? So the algorithm actively encourages spamming.
Yes. If you post a lot, you rank higher.
Mhm.
And it costs the company practically nothing to keep a listing live indefinitely. So it creates this awful feedback loop of ghost jobs attracting bot applications, which boosts platform metrics.
That is wild. Okay, so the system is totally broken for the applicant, but why are companies still pouring resources into this?
Because for the corporation, the system is working perfectly.
Working perfectly. How?
Well, let's put on an economist lens for a second. There's a staggering metric we need to interrogate. 81% of recruiters admit to posting jobs they have no intention of filling.
81%. That's not a glitch, that's a feature.
Exactly. It's a strategy. It's corporate credential laundering.
Credential laundering, like they're faking their own growth.
Spot on. Companies post these fake jobs to signal IPO readiness or investment growth to their shareholders. They're trying to look like they're expanding.
So they're just juicing the numbers for the board.
Yeah. And we have academic proof of this now. That paper by Hunter Eng. He used a deep learning BERT model to analyze Glassdoor reviews.
Okay, I have to ask, how does an AI know if an interview was fake based on a Glassdoor review?
So, the BERT model looks for specific linguistic patterns. It flags reviews where candidates described incredibly vague interviews or where hiring managers clearly didn't even know what the role is supposed to be.
Oh, I see. So it's looking for the red flags of a phantom process.
Exactly. And the data showed something really surprising. Ghost jobs aren't just entry-level scams. They heavily target highly skilled roles.
Really? Like software engineers?
Software, publishing, specialized consulting. And they are most prevalent in mid to large firms, companies with like 1,000 to 10,000 employees.
Because they have the HR infrastructure to fake it, but maybe not the budget to actually hire 50 senior devs?
Precisely. They have these massively inflated interview-to-job ratios.
But here's where it gets really interesting, and I have to push back on this, because conducting actual interviews costs time and money.
It does.
If a company is just credential laundering for their IPO, why go through the expensive charade of a 3-round technical interview? Just leave the fake post up and ignore the resumes. Why talk to anyone?
Because it's not just about looking good for investors. They conduct these interviews to gather competitive market intelligence.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They bring in a senior developer from a rival company and ask them, how would you solve this specific architectural problem? Or, what's your current salary expectation?
Oh, wow. So they're getting free consulting and benchmarking salaries.
Exactly. The data they gather on competitor strategies is worth way more to the firm than the few hours HR spent setting up the Zoom call.
That is incredibly cynical. You're preparing for a massive career move, and they're just treating you like a focus group.
It's awful. And it also serves an internal purpose. They're building a panopticon effect over worker data.
A panopticon effect, like making the current employees feel like they're always being watched.
Exactly. In fact, 77% of managers actually admit that fake jobs increase their current employees' productivity.
Because the employees are terrified of being replaced, they see their own job posted online and think, I better work harder or I'm out.
You nailed it. It's a management tactic. And this illusion of high vacancies completely explains why the beverage curve is broken right now in macroeconomics.
The beverage curve, that's the relationship between unemployment and job openings, right?
Yes. Historically, when openings are high, hiring is high. But right now, official job openings stay artificially high on paper, even as real hiring plummets. The math only makes sense if you filter out the ghost jobs.
So we have a labor market entirely flooded with frictionless spam and companies hoarding data without hiring. How does this system resolve itself?
Well, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm going to take the techno-optimist view here. I think AI is going to fix the market.
Really? I don't know about that.
No, seriously, think about the new ATS, the Applicant Tracking System Anomaly Detectors. I believe these new AI filters will act as the ultimate garbage collector.
But how? The bots are just going to get smarter too.
Sure, but these anomaly detectors can automatically purge stale jobs that haven't moved a candidate in 30 days. They can instantly block bot resumes. If these companies actually want to hit their 2026 IPOs, they need real efficiency, not just signaling. AI will restore the ROA.
I see your point, but if we connect this to the bigger picture, I have to firmly disagree.
Why? It makes logical sense to clean up the boards.
Because there is no off switch for a system that was built to capture attention, not labor.
Explain that.
Think about it. The entire infrastructure of modern job boards is monetized via engagement. Premium subscriptions, promoted listings, they want you clicking and applying. If you purge the ghost jobs, engagement plummets.
So the platforms are financially incentivized to keep the trash on the site.
Exactly. If you want to see what real hiring looks like right now, look at that Fast Company profile on Palantir.
Oh, I read that. The data analytics company.
Yeah, Palantir completely bypasses the easy apply attention economy. They don't want frictionless labor at all. They demand what they call extreme agency.
Extreme agency. That sounds intense.
It is. When they hire forward-deployed engineers, FDEs, they don't just take a resume. They throw candidates into highly complex, real-world decomp exercises.
Decomp exercises, like breaking down live failing software.
Yes. It's a messy, high-friction, low-ego, mission-driven process. You're in a room with senior engineers, sweating, solving a live crisis.
Which an AI bot cannot do.
Exactly.
The irony there is just brilliant. The companies doing the most impactful, high-value labor have just completely abandoned the standard digital hiring ecosystem. It's too broken for them to even use.
Right. They opted out entirely.
So where does this leave you, the listener who is just trying to navigate their career without becoming a literal data point in a corporate panopticon?
It's tough, but there are ways to defend yourself.
Let's recap a survival toolkit. First, look for urgency. If a job has been posted for more than 30 days, ignore it. Urgency leaves a timestamp.
Definitely. Second, always verify the role on the company's actual direct career page. If it's only on a third-party aggregator, it's highly suspect.
Good point. What else?
Keep an eye out for new legal protections. Like in Ontario, Canada, they have a 2026 law mandating pay transparency and legally requiring rejection notifications.
Oh, that's huge. Forcing companies to admit if a job is real.
Yeah, but honestly, the ultimate weapon against all of this is human connection. You have to bypass the algorithm entirely.
Talk to a real person.
Exactly. And this actually brings up an interesting localized context. Let's look at the Polish market for a second.
Poland. Okay. Does Poland have a higher or lower tolerance for this kind of economic anomaly?
Well, it's fascinating because Poland has a distinct corporate culture and very strong labor laws, plus a massive IT sector, which we know is a huge target for ghost jobs.
Right.
Historically, their business environment resists this hyper-financialized, U.S.-centric signaling. Reputation matters locally. If a Warsaw tech firm is caught stringing along developers with fake jobs, their reputation burns instantly in that talent pool.
So they have less tolerance for the illusion of growth.
On a local level, yes. But the tension is whether global platforms like LinkedIn will inevitably force the Polish market to adapt to these deceptive practices just to stay visible internationally.
Right, because if the algorithm demands ghost jobs to rank high in global searches, even honest companies might feel forced to play the game.
Exactly. It's a globalized pressure testing a local culture.
Wow. We have really pulled back the curtain today. From the UX failure of frictionless applying to companies' credential laundering, right down to Palantir's extreme agency.
It's a lot to process. The whole system is just wired backward right now.
It really is. So we're going to leave you with a final provocative thought to mull over, something to explore on your own.
Go for it.
If the easy choices in your career, the one-click applications, the automated job boards, the frictionless paths, are entirely computationally gamed, what choices actually signal real-world influence?
That's the real question, isn't it?
It really is. Think about it. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.